Welcome to this tutorial video on using Curipod. So Curipod, C-U-R-I-P-O-D, okay? We'll do a quick search for Curipod. Curipod is an AI-driven tool that makes interactive lessons that are slideshow based or presentation based, and you would present those inside of Curipod. So think like Pear Deck, even like Google Slides and PowerPoint, but these are AI created, whether it's a from scratch or it's a template that they use, and then customizable to you, and then students can be interactive and join in them. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to visit Curipod. Like many tools, this has a paid version. If you haven't ever been to Curipod before, mine's going to go right to my account here. But you'll have to create an account. It'll ask you like what grade level you teach, what your school is, things like that. And it's going to give you a free sort of full powered school account, unlimited lessons here for a few months. And so then at that point, you'll return to the just freemium version. But for at least the first few months, you can kind of try out and get unlimited lessons. At that point, if you cross that barrier, then you'll have like a limit on the number of things you can use. So what is Curipod? Curipod, again, we sort of described it. Curipod is a AI tool that generates interactive presentations for you. You can see here the different sort of topics or options for everything from a full lesson to test prep, vocabulary and grammar practice, daily routines, all of those things. The first thing, you might start by just searching up here in the search bar for anything that's been made already. You'll see some suggestions there. Okay, if I start searching for, there's one customizable lesson there about if I search for America. Maybe I want to do fiction. Okay, now there's all kinds of options. This is very ELA heavy, just so you know. At all different grade levels in terms of what it offers. So these down here, these like argumentative quick writes, these are pretty cool. These are like the pre-made lessons. So if I come down here and I do, let's just say, for example, command the court. Okay, so it usually prompts you over here to about your team. Okay, so let's say my team is the Kansas Jayhawks. Okay, and you can read then here what this is going to do, learning objective, the time, feedback, any standards that you're covering. So this is pretty sweet. You can choose your grade level. So let's say I'm going to do like a 7th grade level, and let's say my opponent is the K-State Wildcats. Okay, and I'm going to hit customize now, and then it's going to build a slide deck for you with all of these different parts, the teacher slides, the student slides, the interactive pieces that generates a link that students can join live to follow and kind of play along, as well as do their writing portion. Depending on the complexity of this, it may take a few seconds, a few minutes, but it's a very cool option then for creating the slide deck. We'll give it a few seconds here. So here we go. I can come through, I see those. I can edit it if I want to see it. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to hit present right now, unedited. It becomes full screen. Notice students then right here, you just hover, they go to Curie.live and they join with that PIN number, and then they follow along, and you have some controls down here about freezing, students, different options. So I'm just going to advance this way. Lesson overview. So this is you teaching. This is teacher slides. Okay, so you're not necessarily starting here, but you can see this. Then we get to the beginning. So it gives you some directions. Student, we're going to use argumentation to turn the game around. Gives us directions. We're going to team up in pairs, use one device to strategize and lead our team to victory. Again, I did not make any of this. Okay, so this is the Kansas Showdown. Gives you kind of the scenarios. Okay, notice that it tries to do some AI generation. It looks a little bit like the Jayhawk jerseys, but you can see these are actually AI images that get pretty jacked up. Kids actually think that's entertaining. Gives you some options here. So you just go through, okay, there's a rubric already. talks about what we're looking for. Again, this is all made for you. This is pre-made in these. Okay, so you would go through and kids would do the interaction um, in these different topics or different activities. I'm going to end the lesson here. Okay. Now that's part of I can go back and I can share, I can copy the link with students, or I can download the different reports, those kinds of things. So if you have any pre-made slides already, okay, so let's say you are a big Google Slides or PowerPoint user or whatever you happen to be, you can actually go and Curify your slides. It will take slides that you already have and it will turn them into a similar presentation to the one we just looked at. Notice here the file types are PowerPoint, Keynote, and PDF. So if you're a Google Slides user, you can simply go into Google Slides. You can download your slides as a PDF and then upload that here to that file. You can also, a lot of times, export some of your slides as these file formats as well, if you're familiar with that. One of the things I really like in this is the daily routines. There's lots of options, but I like the daily routines options. Different. These are quick, so I might do like would you rather, okay? And would you rather, and the topic is, let's say it's food. Okay, we're going to customize that. Okay, we come in here, and you can see these are like poll questions. Would you rather have pasta that never ends but tastes like cardboard, or have the most delicious pizza that disappears after one bite? Okay. Create a poll question. As an effect, we have eager discussion. So this would be a good way to do this. And again, we hit present. It gives us that link for kids to join here, and then they submit their poll answers. We can use a timer. Okay. You can also use a QR code. Okay. So anyway, lots of different choices for those in Curipod.